Hello. I'm very, very proud to be here to present an award to my dad, who is an amazing man, and I don't get an opportunity to present him with a Best Dad Award, so I'm very pleased to be here to share in his professional accomplishments. I think one thing that makes him so good at what he does as a writer is he definitely connects with the human element, and anyone who is into boxing, as we all are here, knows that it's very much a human sport, one person against another, and my dad always wanted to make sure that he told the story of the people behind that, and they don't make them like they used to. So over his body of work, it's absolutely amazing, and I'm so proud of him. So in addition to echoing everything my sister has said, I'm also very proud of my dad. I feel like he is definitely very deserving of this award. Whether he feels that way or not, I don't know. But this award is for Long and Meritorious Service, and he certainly embodies both of those. His first full-time boxing job was with the Upham Courier, August 1969, so you all can do the math. He's been in the game for a long time. He has been recognized previously for his work as a boxing writer. He's been inducted in the Pennsylvania and New Jersey Boxing Hall of Fame. He's also a previous winner of the Nat Fleischer Award, and his office is plastered with plaques for writing awards he's won over the years. And I believe this is because of his attention to detail. I remember as a kid leaving for school in the morning, seeing him at his computer working, coming home, seeing him working on the same story, waiting to get one more interview in, just making sure he was being thorough and factual. And I thank everyone who has recognized that. And I'm very proud that he is receiving this award this evening.
Long and meritorious. Long and meritorious. I'm not quite sure what that means, at least as far as it pertains to me. I think I got the long part covered. I was a newspaper sports writer for 43 years, and since my retirement from the Philadelphia Daily News in April of 2012, I've probably written more boxing than I did when I was working for a newspaper, doing stuff for Ring Magazine, SweetScience.com, RingTV.com, SureDog.com, and it's still some stuff for the Philadelphia Daily News. I have to give some credit to the person who is more responsible for this than anybody, and is my wife of nearly 48 years. And towards the end of 2001, I got a call from the late Tommy Kenville. He wasn't late then, but he asked me if I was interested in becoming the new president of the Boxing Writers Association. And I had been the president of a state sports writers organization before, and I knew that it involved an incredible amount of work, unpaid work. So I said I'd have to get back to him the next day after I spoke to Ann. And I told her, I said, they asked me to be president of the Boxing Writers Association, and she rolled her eyes, as she has done frequently. And she said, do what you got to do. And I called Tommy back the next day and said, okay, I'll do it. But I'm not going to be the caretaker for what was. I said, there are some things that need to be done, and I want to do them. During the time that I was president, we doubled the membership. We stopped being perceived as strictly an East Coast operation. I added members to the board of directors from the South, the Midwest, and the West. We began a website, even though I'm not very technologically advanced. I got somebody that didn't know about it. But most importantly, we started the writing, and later, 2 years later, the photo contest. Now, this was not inventing the wheel. The fact of the matter is that every professional news organization has writing contests. Pro football writers, college football writers, baseball writers, basketball writers, tennis, golf, whatever. The reason it hadn't happened was it had been talked about for 25 years. It was just that nobody was really foolish enough to actually take on all that responsibility. Well, clearly that fool was me. And we did it. David has said that this dinner is regarded as the Academy Awards of boxing. I would like to think that over the 15 years the writing contest has been in place, it has become the Pulitzers of boxing writing. And it's not about plaques, it's not about certificates suitable for framing. It's about validation, and it's about excellence, and acknowledging and rewarding excellence, which is this dinner is about. Fighters know it. The belt is not what makes them a champion. What makes them a champion is having won that belt or won that title in the ring. We're human beings. Human beings tend to be competitive. We compete against other people, but mostly we compete against ourselves to be better today than we were yesterday, but hopefully not as good as we are tomorrow. If my career is known for anything, if I have had a career that's even significant enough to be called as having done a legacy or created a legacy, if it hangs on that one thing, I can live with that. I would also like to thank a few people in addition to my wife. There was a welterweight named Jack. He went to his grave as Bernard Fernandez Sr. He had a very limited pro career, but he loved boxing. I loved my dad. I remember in the 1950s and early 60s watching Friday night fights with him, and that's where I got my love for boxing and why I wound up covering boxing, because I went to my executive sports editor and said, this is where I want to be. And I had covered boxing before, but the first assignment that I got for the Philadelphia Daily News was Hagler Leonard at Caesar's Palace. And I went out there 4 days ahead of the event, and it felt like home. Still feels like home. I would like to thank my executive sports editors at the Daily News, Mike Rathod and Pat McLoone, Josh Barnett, Chuck Bosman, for giving me the resources and the latitude to cover boxing as I wanted to cover it. And I also wanted to say that the people that were nominated for this award, Bill Kaplan, Bill Dwyer, Lou DiBella, and Bob Canovio, I think they all deserve this. There are no losers for this award. They are winners. It is inevitable that they will be up here at this podium at some point. I just happen to have the P wound up, when he spun the wheel, my name came up. Thank you so much, and I appreciate it.